Paul's letter to the Romans, the power of the gospel. Paul sat down to write a letter to the believers in Rome. His heart was full of love for them, even though he had never met many of them in person. He introduced himself with humble words. "I am Paul, a servant of Jesus Christ, called to be an apostle and chosen to preach God's good news." He explained that this good news was promised long ago through the prophets in the Holy Scriptures. It was all about God's Son, Jesus Christ, born from King David's family in his human life and declared the Son of God with power when he rose from the dead. Paul reminded them, "Through Jesus we have received grace and a mission to share this good news with all nations, so that people everywhere will trust him and obey him." Paul longed to visit them. He wrote, "I pray for you constantly. I want to come and encourage you and share in the blessings of faith." Then Paul made a bold statement that still shakes the world today. "I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes, first to the Jew, then to the Gentile." In this good news, God shows us how to be right with him through faith. But Paul also warned them about a serious truth. God's anger is revealed against sin. People have seen God's power and divine nature in the world he made, so no one has an excuse. Yet many turned away from God. They refused to worship him or give him thanks. Their thinking became foolish and their hearts were dark. Paul wrote with sorrow, "They traded the glory of the immortal God for images of people, birds, animals, and creeping things. So God let them follow their sinful desires. They dishonored their own bodies, exchanging natural relationships for what is unnatural. They did shameful things and received the punishment for their sin. Their lives became full of every kind of wickedness, greed, envy, murder, deceit, and gossip. They disobeyed their parents, broke promises, and had no mercy. Worst of all, they knew God's law, that those who do such things deserve death. Yet they kept on doing them and even approved of others who did the same." Paul's message was clear. Sin destroys, but the gospel saves. The only hope is to turn back to God through Jesus Christ.